Well, we are here with Ty Griffin. He's a legend among Cubans.
Yes.
Ty, what it means to you to be and day like this with so many great Cuban players?
Well, it means a lot. You know, going back 30 years, I was able to go to Cuba and play on the Cuban baseball fields, and the excitement of the fans in the stadium, yelling, screaming, beating on the bongos, music, is similar to the atmosphere you have here. And then to come back and see Omar Linares, who is, if not the greatest, one of the greatest players I've ever played against, it's a special feeling for me. I had a lot of respect for him. We had a lot of good battles out on the baseball field, so for us to come together now means a lot.
What is you remember the most, because you were in a team that Tino Martinez,
yes.
Escocebe,
Yes.
X-Spray, Robin Ventura.
Yes.
What was those years?
The years were great because you got to remember, we were 19-year-old kids going against the Cuban team who really basically dominated the international play for years and years. And so when we came together, I think it was the right time with a special group of talented people, and to have players like Jim Abbott and Robin Ventura and Tino Martinez and Tom Goodwin on the team, Frank Thomas in '87. A lot of guys who had a great talent, but we came together as a team. And I think that's what the Cubans remember us as, young players who really loved the game and who didn't back down on excitement of playing.
Do you remember when you hit a homer right, left,
yes.
and the Havana Stadium went crazy?
I did. Again, it's so different playing in Cuba because you're talking about 40,000 people that come out for batting practice. And I can remember the time when Frank Thomas was hitting them out of the stadium and they were roaring. And so for me to come up and hit some home runs and play as well as I did in Cuba, I think that's a special bond between me and the Cubans. I think they really love the way I played, and then what I was able to do in the Pan American Games on hitting the walk-off home run, giving us an opportunity to beat Cuba. It was great.
We thought that you went on to be a great Major League star, but unfortunately it didn't happen. Do you have any regrets? You
know, I know I was one of the best players to come out and play the game of baseball. With American baseball, I think that's probably one of the downfalls of it, is, you know, people don't usually get to see a lot of the best players that never make it to the major leagues for one reason or another. I was drafted in a unique situation by the Chicago Cubs, and
we ran Sandberg in second.
Sandberg there, so they tried to transition me to third base, and it hurt my arm that year after putting up some huge numbers in the minor leagues. And it's just, you know, the situation where it didn't happen for me. But, you know, baseball is the greatest sport in the world, and I love being around it, and I love all my days of playing it.
Thank you so much, Ty.
Thank you for coming out.
A legend among Cubans.
Thank you.
Yo te voy a